Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what, like fourth down, Hail Mary, no punch. Like every time I touch down, I gotta stunt. Brady Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up, you can check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Ran it up and then I went and got a new freeze. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How it feel to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl ring.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Take four.
Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
6-man. Check curl.
We go 46.
Mike 27.
Hey, let's pin them in.
Swerve, hey.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike.
Hey, 47.
Big Sears.
26.
Draw play. Elliott. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally down at the 41-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
From the 41, Prescott steps away to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Everson Griffin able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Danielle Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Now the rookie from Boise State, Alexander Madison, and a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Leighton Vander Esch, 3rd in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop.
At the 17-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, dude. Tighten up. Let's go, dude. Tighten up. Mike, 50. Bring up 48.
Here's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Complete to Adam Thielen. A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Tighten up. Pull together.
They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott sliding out of the pocket. This to Jarwin. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43.
Under 10. Under 10.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. They find some open field here. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you,
he's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
First down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot. On 2nd down, this is Madison. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
one thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Kill! 26.
Prescott. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. 15 yards on the play, first down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
SOS.
3rd and long for Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. The quick throw taken in by Diggs. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
First down, Vikings.
Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's a give to Madison running right. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Gun! Hey! Wahoo! 55! It's just me and you! It's just me and you!
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Going on the ground with Madison. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
5!
Been a long game for you. 550.
Gun!
55. Yo.
Wait, you're hot!
Working out of the gun, Cousins. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They'll run it with Madison. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 45.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
So don't say nothing.
Back. Check. Lucky 50.
Cousins. He completes it to Abdullah. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And Diggs has it. And he'll be brought down with the first down, and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Madison. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Going to run with Madison again. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Coming to you.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
50, 26, 25, 22, 26.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. On second down, it's Pollard. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Go, get out there.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check, Mike 42. There we go, kill. Gun. Check. 26.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He's going to get this to Austin, complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. First time they've looked his way in this game, he comes through picking up the first. Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 fourth-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. On first down, Pollard. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Touchdown, Cowboys. Randall Cobb, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the first. Gun.
To throw, Cousins. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
You remember me? Let's go, baby. Hey, check right. Gun. I'm coming after you. Mike, 5-5. Hey, we're good. 5-5. Come to my... Hey, Zoo. We want it. Come to my world. Wait, the hot.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 71-yard punt return. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So they boost their advantage here in the 4th quarter. And don't get me wrong, you take the points. I guess the only downside is didn't really get to milk any of the clock here in this last quarter.
But they'll take the points because, as you and I both know, here in the 4th quarter, things intensify. And while they may not have taken firm command of the game, it does give them a little bit of a cushion.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs.
A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Here's Prescott looking middle, and it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. On 2nd and 10, Prescott. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On play action, Prescott nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left, and then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Quiet.
Check 55 to mine. Check 55.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's second down. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Zebra. Gun. Quiet. No. Hey, 382, late 50. Gun.
Banjo.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete.
Let's go.
A big play there, Cousins to Thielen, and even 40 yards. A first down throw for Cousins. Well, what do you think? Maybe got away with one? I mean, he's thrown 2 picks already. That looked pretty dangerous.
And they have a little hang time on it. So what he needs to do right now, hug it out a little bit with his guy. Because he went up and made a play on the football and kept him from potentially throwing that 3rd interception. There was some trust in there. There was also some hope.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Yellow.
Mike, 55.
They go play action. Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
55.
On 3rd down, Cousins. It's complete. Abdullah. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Cousins on 4th down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. From the red zone now, Cousins. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask.
Let's go.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
To Blake Jarwin. A 3-yard pickup.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This officially a 55-yard attempt. So this one will end in a